Right now, pick up your phone. Feel how light it is? Now imagine that same weight in solid rock. Actually, don't imagine it. Imagine holding that rock above your head. Not for a second, for hours, while hunting, while fighting, while surviving. That is the baseline strength of someone who lived 40,000 years ago. And if you woke up tomorrow with that same power coursing through your body, your life would fundamentally change in ways you cannot possibly comprehend. Let's start with the obvious, your hands. Right now, your grip strength is probably somewhere between 70 and 100 pounds. You can open a jar, you can hang from a pull up bar for maybe 30 seconds if you are in decent shape. A caveman? A caveman could grip a stone spear so hard they could drive it through bone. We are talking grip strength in the 150 to 200-pound range. Your fingers would be tools, your palms would be weapons. You would pick up a coffee mug and accidentally shatter it. You would shake someone's hand and they would wonder why they cannot feel their fingers anymore. But grip strength is just the beginning. Your legs are about to become completely different. Right now, if you sprint as fast as you can, you might reach 15 to 20 miles per hour. A caveman could sustain 25 miles per hour while carrying 100 pounds of meat and supplies across impossible terrain, and not just for a few seconds, for hours. The human body 40,000 years ago had legs that were pure, relentless machinery, thicker muscle fibers, denser bone, a metabolism that did not slow down after a few minutes of exertion. With caveman strength, you would not walk up a flight of stairs. You would bound, 2 steps at a time, 3 steps at a time. Your knees would never hurt because your muscles would absorb the impact your modern skeleton cannot handle. Now, this is where things get interesting. Your core strength would be incomprehensible. Imagine lifting a car with your bare hands. An average car weighs about 3,000 pounds. A caveman could lift something close to that. Not a car, obviously, but think about what 3,000 pounds feels like in your hands. That is a grown man on each arm at the same time. That is what a caveman could do without breaking a sweat. With your new caveman strength, you would walk into a gym and every single machine would feel like a toy. That bench press weight that someone is struggling with, you would pick it up with one hand. You would do 200 pull ups without getting tired. You would set deadlift records that would stand untouched for the rest of your life. But here is the problem nobody talks about. Your body would not know what to do with itself. Caveman strength did not exist in a vacuum. It came as part of a complete package: higher bone density, thicker connective tissue, muscles that recovered faster, the ability to consume absolutely massive amounts of food without gaining weight because you burned it all hunting. If you suddenly had caveman strength but your modern skeleton, your modern tendons, your modern ligaments, you would tear yourself apart. You would punch a wall intending to just lean on it, and your fist would go through concrete. You would grab a rope intending to pull yourself up, and the rope would snap. Every single movement would be a negotiation with your own power. Let me paint a picture of your day. You wake up and get out of bed. Normal morning, right? Wrong. You swing your legs out and your feet hit the ground with enough force that the bed frame cracks. You did not even try. You just swung your legs. Now you are panicking because you have to get ready for work and your apartment looks like someone threw a bomb through it. You walk to the bathroom. Each step is measured now because you learned in the first 5 seconds that this is dangerous. You brush your teeth. The toothbrush snaps. You grab another one. That snaps too. You just destroyed your entire bathroom trying to have decent oral hygiene. You are getting frustrated. You punch the wall intending to just tap it. Your fist goes clean through 3 feet of drywall and hits the studs. You can feel the wood splintering. You pull your arm back and part of the wall comes with you. You do not go to work. You do not go anywhere near other people for several hours because you cannot be trusted. You spend the morning learning basic muscle control. How hard can you press a button without destroying the button? How do you hold a pen without breaking the pen? How do you shake someone's hand without causing permanent nerve damage? These are not hypothetical questions anymore. These are survival skills, and you are learning them the hard way. By afternoon, you are hungry. Caveman strength comes with a caveman appetite. You are not talking about eating a little extra. You are talking about needing 8,000 calories a day just to maintain baseline muscle mass. You go to a restaurant. You order 6 entrees. The waiter looks at you like you are insane. You eat all of it and you are still hungry. You go home and eat an entire roasted chicken, then another one, then a box of pasta, then a steak. You are running through your bank account in real time trying to fuel this body, and you are still not satisfied. A caveman would solve this by hunting. You have to solve this by taking out a second mortgage. Now let's talk about what you can actually do with this strength. You could move, genuinely move. That dresser you have been meaning to move for 3 years, you pick it up with one hand. That stuck jar that your partner has been struggling with, you twist it open so hard the lid deforms. You could help someone who is having car trouble in a way that nobody else could. Stuck in a ditch? You could probably flip it out. Need something heavy moved? You are the first person they call. You could be the most valuable person on any construction crew. You could load trucks in a fraction of the time it normally takes. You could build things that other people cannot build. But the job market does not really have a position for caveman strength, because the moment anyone finds out what you can do, you become a problem. Someone films you doing something impossible, it goes viral. Now scientists want to study you. Governments want to weaponize you. Gyms want to use you to promote their facilities. You are not a person anymore. You are a phenomenon. You are an anomaly that does not fit into the world we have built. And then there is the psychological weight. You would know that you are stronger than almost every human on the planet. You would know that in any physical conflict, you would win instantly. This would change how you interact with people, how you see yourself, how you see your relationship to the world. A caveman had strength that was normal for their time. That was what everyone around them had. Your strength would be impossible, unnatural, something that should not exist in this world, and you would be alone with it. The accidents would pile up. You would accidentally hurt someone, probably more than one person. You would be reaching for something and brush against someone and leave a bruise the size of a grapefruit. You would be playing with someone's kid and they would ask you to pick them up, and you would have to refuse because you are genuinely afraid you would cause permanent damage. You would lose friends. People would stop trusting you. You would stop trusting yourself. Eventually, you would have to leave society, because a caveman did not live in cities. They lived in small groups where everyone had similar capabilities, where strength was useful and expected and valued. You cannot live like that anymore. So you would go somewhere remote, somewhere you could use this strength without hurting anyone, somewhere you could hunt and build and exist without being a threat to the people around you. You would become something other than human, not in body, but in lifestyle. And here is the final thing nobody talks about. You would be immortal. Not actually immortal, but you would be nearly impossible to kill. Your increased bone density means you would be harder to break. Your increased muscle mass means you would be more resilient to injury. Your increased metabolism means you would recover faster from illness. Caveman strength is survival strength. It is the strength that kept humans alive in an environment that actively wanted them dead. With that strength, you would probably live 20 to 30 years longer than the average person, assuming you did not accidentally kill yourself or get captured by the government trying to study you. So the real answer to what if you had the strength of a caveman is this: you would be stronger than everyone around you. You would be isolated from everyone around you. You would be hunted by people who want to use you, and you would spend the rest of your life trying to control a power that was never meant to exist in the modern world. Caveman strength looks incredible from the outside, but from the inside it would be a prison made of your own muscles.